What?
Are we live? Hi, everybody. How's it
Hello.
going? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Aye,
Refreshing
aye.
this.
I.
We were just
Doing that.
discussing Limey's new thumbnail, which is an I.
I.
Just, I've learned this when I'm today years old. Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's well. I'm going to say hi to people in chat. Allie G, she was here. Thank you. Good to see you. Pookie, she'll be lurking. Sunshine,
Live to
yay.
fly.
Live to
Live
fly.
to fly. Yeah.
And
Poisoned whales.
Poison Whales, what's up?
Art-
Will
Art
D,
of
good to
Flan-
see you.
Art of floundering.
Yay.
Yep, I hope everybody's staying safe and warm. It is freezing cold here, and I am in a basement.
NSM.
That's the thing, because I heard about the ice storm and I checked a map. I just thought, oh, I'll look at the US because
Jen.
it sounds big. And all the way down the whole country, the warmest temperature, I think, was -6 degrees centigrade. And I'm like,
Yep.
that's the warmest temperature. And not where
Yeah.
you guys are. It's like, I don't know what, it's like nearly absolute
Fucking
zero.
-9 degrees.
Where I'm at, I'll tell you.
Insane. It was like supposed to be -50 Fahrenheit, and I'm like, I've no idea what that
It's
is in
been snowing
centigrade.
all
but
day where I'm at,
That's ridiculous.
and it is 10 degrees
Blistering.
centigrade right now.
10 degrees
right
centigrade.
here.
Right, but it's going to
Negative.
get a lot colder by the looks of it. Oh, all right, negative. That makes more sense.
Actually,
yeah.
it's gonna warm up here a little bit.
No, it's all right. I thought you meant 10 degrees plus for a second, but -10 sounds more.
No, it's
yeah, like
negative.
what I
Yeah,
was
it's
saying.
negative 10 centigrade.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's 21
it's
here.
cold.
It's 21.
Yeah, no, it's.
And that's cold for Texas. That's really cold.
Well, this is what I meant
I
when I
was-
looked at the map, and I'm like, that far south should not be that temperature at any time of year, surely. Like -6 degrees centigrade. That's insane.
It's the
I would say
polar vortex push.
I would say that a witch's tit is definitely warmer.
Yeah. It's cold enough
Colder
to
than
freeze
the
the
world
balls
is
off a brass monkey.
There's
as they say.
Willie. Hey, Willie.
Hi, Willie.
Hey, Jen, sis. Hey,
And what is
Willie.
this called? What is this called right here, Justine?
That's a toque.
A toque.
Oh. I just thought it was a hat.
Q-U. Toque.
Yeah. So I seen Sunshine wear this today, and I'm like, Sunshine's kind of a hot chick, and she looks so damn stupid right now. And I thought, I want to look stupid. So I wore it.
I think
Does
it's
it work?
It's
Does
got
it
a
work?
nice symmetry
There we
about
go.
it.
Yeah,
Like with your
yeah.
beard plait and then the two plaits down the side, it just
Yeah.
you look very balanced, very centered.
Looks like I'm gonna go fast or something,
Toboggan racing.
Yeah.
It's,
Kinda like
well,
that
it
one
matches your
alien chick.
beard tail.
Yeah, it does.
That
Too bad.
one alien chick from Star Wars who's got like the big head extension.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
braid like
twat.
things.
The twat.
Tick.
I forgot. I used to know the names of the aliens. That's how big of a nerd I am. Thank you. But anyway, I put the spelling in the chat just for everybody. I'm very close to Canada. Whatever. Eh?
Yeah.
Us in Detroit, we're honorary Canadians. I can cross a lake and be there. Okay? Right there.
man.
I almost accidentally crossed the border. Just.
I don't even think I've heard the word toque before.
Now
No,
you
I
have. And now you know what it is.
Well,
See?
if I heard
you've
toque, it
experienced
probably.
the Great White North. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I think it probably was associated with a bong or cocaine or something. Hey man, you want a toque?
And
You
then
from up
nobody knows
north?
how to pronounce it too.
Yeah.
It,
He's from.
and it's
Or
Canadian, so.
Or
the
Lord
kiwi.
of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Full of a toque.
Well, anyway, we weren't going to talk about toques tonight. I wanted to talk about sleep and anxiety because I have issues with sleep and anxiety. I think I got a whole 4 hours of sleep yesterday. And then tried to nap before the stream, and because my brain kept talking at me, that never happened. So I'm lucky I'm even conscious right now at all. Personally.
Well done.
Silence brain.
My eye bags have eye bags. I'm glad I wear glasses so y'all can't see that. It's not pretty.
Sometimes I don't sleep because I want to sleep so bad.
That's the
Yeah.
sleep anxiety. Precisely. Perfect. Yes.
I'm like, I've got to go to work tomorrow. I need to go to sleep. I need to go to sleep right now. But here's the worst thing for me I found is laying in a bed with no light, with no sound or no lights on. I will dwell on every bad thing that has ever happened in my life. You know,
That's
I'll be
the
like,
thing.
I gotta go to sleep. Is God real? Oh, if he is, I'm surely going to hell. Maybe I should say I'm sorry and stuff before I go to sleep. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. Okay, I'm sorry, guy. Oh, Farrah Fawcett, boy, she got some nice titties. Oh my God, I'm going to hell again. Oh, forgive me again. And and you just sit there in bed and have these like my mind races, with that kind of shit,
Now, Willie, I have. Oh, and I have them. But here's the thing. With me, I get a resistance to THC gummies, right? So I'll take one. That's great. In 2 more nights, if I take it every night, in two or 3 more nights, I'm gonna need 2, and then a few nights from there, 3. And so it's like this. I don't want to get to the point where I'm taking a whole package just to sleep at night, So I try to limit it. If I really, like Pole Vault says, I really have to get to sleep for something, then I'll take one. But otherwise, I work from home, so I try not to stress it
What's
too
really
bad.
fun? Waking up at like 3 in the morning and thinking about something you said back when you were in grade school.
It's really
And
fun.
you're like, why
Yes.
did I say that? And it's one of those things that just keeps you up at night because you're like, you wish you could go back and like punch yourself for it at least.
Or just dumb crap like with the bad weather. I forgot to start my car yesterday, so now, as I'm trying to nap a couple hours ago, that's like my veins sticking out in my head. I forgot to do that. What if my car? It's just like, shut up. The car will be fine. Shut up. Let me go to sleep. Nope. And then I try to listen to something on YouTube that I think is going to lull me to sleep, and nope, that really didn't work.
I really hate is when I wake up in the middle of a really good dream because I have to go to the bathroom or something. So I wake up and I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on with that dream, and so I go back to sleep and I'm just trying to get back to it, and it just is not the same. It just doesn't work. You're like, oh, I was happy.
Yeah, it's like, no, you don't want to let it go.
At
So I
least would
looked
like
up
to have
some,
gotten her number,
Totally. Like that Cure song. Love is the edge against the
I
veil.
actually sleep with sound going. I had to have a sound going because I live in Texas and I grew up around a bunch of guys who would draw mustaches and stuff on you when you fell asleep drunk.
I know.
So you're always
I
the
grew up
last.
with some of those guys too, dude.
And so if you hear something, just go like this. I'm up with some armed, and you're like, yeah, it's tonight, buddy. It's tonight, buddy. And you go outside, and it's like there's a possum or raccoon outside, just like, like, caught ya.
Sorry,
But,
sunshine. I'm sorry. I did not mean to transfer my worry to you. I did start my car. When was it? Friday night. I started it Friday and let it run 15 minutes, but
I haven't started my car in days.
I had friends who tried that whole thing with when you're asleep, put your filling your hand with like shaving cream
Oh,
and like tickle your nose, get you smack your face. Except I'm like
Uh-huh.
really like hyper aware of everything that happens around me at like almost all times. And like even when I'm sleeping, I kind of almost sleep with my eyes open in a way. Just I maintain a level of awareness. I don't let myself get too sleepy. Okay, and these guys tried doing that with me, and one guy get close and tried to tickle my nose or something, and I went plop. Right in his face.
backfired. Now, I was reading an article, I think it was NPR that had this, and they were talking about cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI. And, those are great. It's a great program, but, 6 to 8 weeks, and you got to get insurance to pay for it, blah, 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 blah. But there's some tips you can follow. You don't have to go through 8 weeks of therapy to do some things for yourself. So one that was interesting that I found, well, they say wake up at the same time every day, but that doesn't help me because I've been waking up at 6:30, 7 o'clock my entire life. So my internal my circadian rhythm gets me up at 6:30, 7 o'clock, gone to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's evil. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
That's not helpful.
Circadian rhythm. I didn't know this was one of those kind of shows.
No.
I've suddenly woken up.
Goodness.
I'm in the right place.
Goodness.
That's your sleep rhythm. Pole
Oh,
vault.
oh.
Yeah, learn something every day. The more you know.
The more you know.
So
I thought it had something to do with one of those swinging chairs or something.
no.
Okay. No sleep.
Although,
All right.
that helps you
Although,
sleep.
although I would imagine like all the ways that we had fun on the swings when we were kids, trying to twist them around and stuff and spin. How fun that would be on a sex swing. Just,
Okay, how this
Look what I can
conversation
do.
has turned. Thank you very much.
It's your fault, Justine. With the circadian
my
rhythm.
fault. Yeah.
I'm fucking dizzy.
I
So
used
are
big
you, apparently.
words.
And is one of those locusts that go gee. You know, where cicadas or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes,
I don't like those.
Cicada. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
hey, Hugh. Yeah, exactly.
I find
Poor Hugh.
carb loading.
Totally
Have you ever
like me.
found carb loading will make you go to sleep, Justine?
For like an hour?
Yeah, is
It
that what
doesn't
happens?
work for me.
Is that
I
what's
can't
happening to
stay
me?
asleep.
No, yeah, but it makes me go to sleep for like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's.
If I
that's
eat
part of
like
it.
2 donuts, just 2 donuts,
'Cause, yeah, donuts are
it
like.
I will pass.
Yeah.
I will pass out.
I have this one hair that's bugging me. Okay. Yes. Well, and that's sugar. That's pure sugar. So you're gonna get high, and then you're gonna crash. And that kind of sleep, it's not restful. It's just your body trying to heal itself from too much crap. Where'd
like
Limey go?
You're-
Wait, he
you're not
disappeared.
asleep.
He dropped
You
out.
just
like
passed
a
out.
second ago.
Ah. Oh well.
It's that I got him.
It's long middle finger. Scary.
I will poke you in the eye.
It was all of the sex wing talk. Damn it.
Yeah,
Chase
you-
Lime
you-
Job.
You were telling us. You were telling us how we could save money and not go to the thing we were doing stuff to ourselves and stuff.
I didn't even get to the part about having about a sex slide or
Oh God. Hey Anon. Oh no.
Hey,
I'm
lost the
sorry,
connection.
Limey. If you can back, you're welcome. Anytime. Just keep trying. But anyway, so this was one of the interesting points I thought I was trying to figure out how to incorporate it is focus on a wind down time versus time. So you wind down for sleep earlier and you pick a time to change from daytime to nighttime. And this is my problem. Unplug from electronics. I'm on YouTube too damn much. That's what happens to me. I'm sitting here on YouTube. But you're supposed to unplug from electronics, put on comfortable clothes, dim the lights, read a book, do something other than watch TV or be on social media, you know? And I was like, yeah, I probably should do that. It's probably a good thing.
So you don't watch stuff on YouTube going to sleep?
I absolutely do, all the time. I even have, I've tried to do the rain sounds and the like 528 hertz, you know, music and stuff to go to sleep. And sometimes that does help because I do sometimes like noise, but other times it doesn't.
Well, I've talked to a lot of people. It seems to be the algorithm. Have you ever heard of the Nephilim shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And always, everybody I know that has sleep problems like me is like, I went to sleep to the Nephilim shit last night. You know? It's because it's a long documentary that nobody wants to sponsor or get commercials in the middle of. And it's always droning talk. That makes me sleep. And I don't care what they're talking about usually. I'll listen to quantum physics or something. It's something
It's like boring history. I have a channel called Boring History that way. It's just like monotone.
I watched that.
The problem
and they just talk to you about history.
The problem with falling asleep to things is it can like really like mess with your dreams. That's why I can't watch The Walking Dead, because like I have Walking Dead like dreams, and it's not even zombies, but like there's like this constant element of like always being on the run and like having to watch out for somebody, you know?
Yeah, I've had
really
those
bizarre.
dreams after certain films. I can't like watch that right before I go to sleep. I have to have a time to process it. So, like, if I go to maybe a 12 o'clock matinee, you know, I'm okay. At least my brain can process it. But if I go to like a night movie and try to go to sleep afterwards, it's like, forget it.
One time I was watching, I don't know, I fell asleep with the TV on, and there was some movie playing, and I somehow in this dream I was being held hostage by this crazy family, and then like at some point or another, like the father just keeps going at me about this freaking blender of his. And I'm like, what the fuck? I woke up and there was a Ninja Blender commercial on the
infomercial.
TV. It switched from a horror movie to an infomercial, and
and you had a nightmare about it. Oh my god! You know what's funny about that? A couple of times this has happened to me. So, Kurt and I used to listen to music, Pandora specifically, and he would get up. You know, he couldn't sleep either. So he would get out of bed and leave the Pandora on. And this one particular night, I don't remember what song it was. It was some dumb 80s song. And it was like in my dream, and it came on, and I thought it was dumb in my dream. I started dancing like an idiot to it, and people around me were laughing, and I woke up, and it was the exact phrase and the exact same song that was in my dream. I was like, oh, you idiot. It's a stupid radio. But there's Limey. The first time it happened to me, I was young. I was like 15, 16. And I think I was listening to a local radio station, WR, a hard rock radio station. They were playing Metallica. And I dreamt I met Metallica. I was hanging out with the drummer. I was hanging out with Lars. I was hanging out with Lars Ulrich. I don't know. That was my 16-year-old dream, I guess.
That's got to be amazing for Lars, because, I mean, who dreams about Lars?
I don't know. I never have since then, but it was the stupid song on the radio.
Lars catches wind of this.
I don't know.
Lars catches wind of this. He's like, someone dreamed of me.
Yeah, this is like, what, 1988? Dude, give it up. Anyway.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Right?
Didn't realise about it until later.
So that kind of stuff did used to happen to me a lot. Where that's why I don't really listen to music anymore while I sleep, because it'll just get in there and
So,
screw up
are
my
you?
head.
So, Justine and Paul, you're both saying like you can't sleep if there's no sound at all. You have to have something. to kind of
Silence
soothe
drives
you
me
to-
crazy.
I can sleep either way. It just depends on the. I'm weird. I try everything sometimes, and usually, what happens is I've come to the conclusion that I do not sleep anymore. I take a series of naps. I'll take a 3 or 4 hour nap here, wake up, I'll be wide awake. I'll have to feed my cats, run around my house, vacuum, anything. Take a shower. I've done that stuff. And then I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm tired again. I can go to sleep. I try to go to sleep for another couple hours before I have to get up for work. That's what ends up happening to me. And then,
Well, like
3 nights later, I'm in bed at 9 o'clock at night because I'm so friggin' tired. I can't take it.
A testament to my insomnia
Shit.
is me and Sunshine are right now writing our second album called
bad.
Insomnia.
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason why is I have a hard time going to sleep. And I actually me and Sunshine actually sit here and make music that makes us feel sleepy.
Yeah.
Just really, and you can do it if you listen to my music and you're kind of tired, it will make you sleepy.
Yeah.
And the thing is when we were making the last album, and it did really good in yoga places, I had people saying, "Hey, we're using this in our yoga studios and stuff," and it was one of our most accepted albums ever. But one of our ideas was to not put any lyrics into it. No
Right.
lyrics, because any lyrics, even like "Hello, little puppy," you're engaging the mind. And we wanted
Yeah.
to disengage the mind and give you
Yup.
that floating feeling. The whole time floating and relaxing, floating and relaxing. And and that I
Hey,
found
pause.
that can be a little hard sometimes.
That's it. I was trying to listen to this. It's just stupid. Sometimes I listen to tarot card readings. But they're, they're again droning and they're just talking about dumb crap. But I was trying to listen to that. I was like, maybe I can listen to one of these and it'll make me fall asleep. No. I was like, something would trigger me and I go, that sounds weird. Wait a minute.
SpongeBob was always good for me.
Investigate.
I could
Yeah, it's
sleep
just-
to SpongeBob, but I finally just got wore out on it. I mean, there was probably a year or two that I went to sleep listening to like a SpongeBob playlist that could go on for like 24 hours.
Oh,
That would-
And,
I
but
don't
there
know
was
that I would
nothing-
fall
That would drive me
asleep to
nuts.
SpongeBob.
just imagine
but-
just a 10-hour loop of.
But it was mindless. There was
Right.
nothing. There was nothing that would get me worked up over anything.
Oh, now
Yeah.
see, this is
Yeah.
what Allie used to do. Great British Bake Off every night to go to sleep. There's
sounds good.
something interesting.
That sounds good. Although I would
that
just
sound-
end up thinking about food and getting hungry, and then I have to get up and go to the
Yeah.
kitchen.
I know. That's
pillow.
exactly.
That's-
Kurt used to listen to constantly to
marshmallow.
Kurt used to constantly listen to South Park.
I did that too.
I've seen every episode of South Park probably at least 10 times, at least,
Blimey.
because Kurt had to have it on.
Yeah.
I'd go to bed too. We had this tiny house too. This house is huge compared to the house I used to live in. And I'd go to bed, and that's all I would hear was South Park. So back then, that's why I liked to play the rain sounds. I would play them super loud too. And then just leave my door cracked and so my cats could get in and out, and that's it, because he would just have that on so loud, and it was like, no, I can't. The South Park again, it's gonna drive me
get to the
insane.
point where it had to get to the point where like you start like people's like voices start to like be replaced with the South Park characters, you know? And you just like look at somebody and they just sound like Randy Marsh, and you're just like,
Yes.
fucking show I'm watching. It's brainwashing.
It got
me.
to the point that in chat somebody would say something and it was a freaking South Park reference. South Park did it. South Park did it. You know, and it was like, oh my God, stop in the brain. Everything's I live South Park. It's just like
you can
Yeah,
literally
it
recall the
all.
season
Give it
and
much.
episode and
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to have favorite episodes. I still know a couple. I don't remember the episode numbers like I used to. Thank God. But there are still there's
I would
two
listen
or
to it
three
so
I
much.
still love.
I knew what was coming. You know, you knew what was going to come. You were like, okay, I listened to it so much, just like the SpongeBob, any adult swim stuff. I listened to going to sleep for years.
Okay.
it's a
Okay,
great way to
Adult
ruin
Swim.
your
That's
brain.
crazy.
Yeah.
I could not sleep by Adult Swim.
Going to sleep
I-
to
Let's see, what did
Squidbillies and Aqua Teen.
yeah.
I
like,
did
that
not
would get me
the
crazy.
Squidbillies, but it was Aqua Teen and C Lab and Brack.
Venture
And, you
Brothers
know,
probably like
and South Park and SpongeBob, anything that
Now-
was just mindless, you know.
Tim and Eric.
When-
going to sleep to Tim and Eric show. Great job.
Weird. Or no, Eric, who's the guy that does the talk show thing and then he tricks celebrities to get on
Eric
there?
Andre.
Yeah, Eric Andre. That's the guy I'm thinking. But when my stepson slept over, they would watch anime and they would have anime on while they slept, and I'm like, how do you do that? That's
I can't do that when I'm awake.
I know.
I'm like, what the hell are they saying?
It's like
The
You really
hell?
have to be in a certain mood. I think probably maybe depending on who you are, maybe a little bit high to really. truly
What?
be able to
Ketamine?
Watch.
What the hell?
Hey, Sunshine, I used to listen to Coast AM all
We
the
did.
time. And, you know, it got to the point where, again, I would wake up and be like, oh, this is really interesting. And I couldn't go
Yeah.
back to sleep.
Yeah.
And I tried to listen to various, like, paranormal stuff, but I can't go to sleep. I want to listen and engage. You know, that's my problem.
I did that last night, Justine. We were listening to Coast last
Yeah.
night, and this lady, here, I'll just ruin your show for you, okay? This lady was like, "Hey, I had a baby, and then I didn't have a baby, and it just disappeared, and I, you know, I was like doing this and doing that, and I'm like, huh, and I just started laughing in my sleep. And I know it's not appropriate to be laughing, but she's like, I think I had it in my anus, you know. It was like an anus baby, and I'm like, this is not even how any of this works. And George Norrie is just like, and let's try to get on another subject so everybody doesn't think you're batshit crazy. No, I lost my asshole baby, and then I went up in a spaceship, and while I was in the spaceship, they said, welcome, this is your asshole baby right here. You're, you know, and I'm just like, I'm laughing, and I'm just like trying to sleep. Like this is crazy. And Sunshine's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, the radio. And I'm like, listen. She started listening to it. And she's like, what the hell? Like, you can tell George Norrie was like, oh, I've got a crazy one on here. And she had wrote books and everything, right? And he was trying to make her like, you know, she was like, so, you know, like, tell us more about the aliens. Stop talking about your asshole baby. Just tell us more about the aliens. No. I think they took it from me when I was in the ambulance ride. They took my asshole baby in the ambulance ride. I'm just like, oh my God. And this was just like a couple of days ago. I was just like, ah.
Was the arsehole
And
hanky?
I'll be honest with you. I was just trying to like cuddle up to Sunshine and be like, oh, like, yeah, you know, hey, like to cuddle? Asshole baby. Oh, okay. I'm done with
Me
that.
had
I
a
don't want to
question, and I
anymore.
want to hear the question personally.
I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
just wondering if the arsehole baby was called Hanky. Hanky
It could have been. It could have been.
Mr.
It could've been.
Hanky, the Christmas Pooh. See how many times I've seen South Park that's just wrong that I know
Yeah.
that
There was,
song.
With
There's one
Cornwallis.
there was one night I tried falling asleep to AM radio just for the white noise,
Oh,
and
man.
I ended up waking up to Rush Limbaugh,
Oh,
which I imagine is
I'm
probably about
sorry.
just as bad as waking up with Rush Limbaugh. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Oh, God. Horrid mess. Yeah, no. My ex that listened to nothing but
Oh,
news.
Paul, do you know if the asshole baby had 8 legs and 14
No,
eyes?
no,
Could have
Limey.
been baby butlers
She
vibrating
said-
in baby butts.
Exactly. It
She
She
sure-
said it looked like a regular human,
Baby.
and she said, "Hello, I love you, asshole baby." And she said that the baby would just went like this.
Whoa.
Oh, really?
She said it just waved its hand one time across, and he was like, "So he was talking to you with telepathy and shit." She was like, "No, asshole baby just waved at me," but I knew right then
Asshole baby.
that was my baby. Okay, dokie.
Coast to Coast is so good for stuff like that, though. There was
But,
they
listen,
had
it was
Ghost to
entertaining.
Ghost.
Wow.
Yeah.
On Halloween, they have this
Yeah.
thing called Ghost to Ghost, right? And so they'll play all of
Face
the
Ghost.
previous, like, you know, all the ghosty, spooky wookies and ghosty woasty stories and stories about demons and stuff. And so they had this one, right? I had woken up in the middle of the night. It was Halloween, Ghost to Ghost. And there was this guy called in, and he was like in a band, and he had picked up this girl at this show and went back to her place. And so they were like making out on the couch, and he said all of a sudden he looked over at this digital clock, and it all of a sudden turned to 666. And he looked at her, and she was like this hag witch or something trying to take him over. And I'm listening to this, and I'm like, oh,
I heard that one.
It was a great one. He was really, I don't know if he was acting, if that was true, but that he was scared.
I think that was Art Bell,
scared.
wasn't it?
It was Art
that?
Bell.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
Art Bell's ones were good, though.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
you could
yeah,
tell
he's
Art
always
Bell
sweet.
was a total
Yeah.
skeptic.
Yeah.
So when things came in that sounded scary, he was like, "Ooh, whoa, wait a minute."
I would have asked, like, how much nutmeg did you eat?
Man.
Because nutmeg, if you eat nutmeg, like, it'll fuck you up psychologically. Like, it's like a 3-day high that, like, doesn't go away. And
Now people are gonna go out and like down some nutmeggy. Like,
I wouldn't recommend it. No,
I'll-
I wouldn't
I'll
recommend
tell
it.
you that.
Apparently.
There's
We don't
apparently,
recommend
like,
any of this.
When sailors couldn't get hold of alcohol, they would like eat a load of nutmeg,
Oof.
and then they get high off of it. That's how I heard about it. But yeah, I heard that like quite often you can have a bad time when you're on nutmeg. So I've never been tempted.
No,
It's,
it's
like,
just
it's like a high
salvia.
that it doesn't give you a euphoria. It gives you the exact opposite, like a horror film. It's like,
Um,
and it
So
lasts
I've
for
probably been
3
high on
days.
nutmeg and not even known it, huh?
No, well, you got to eat a lot of it.
Oh, how is
I mean-
more than you can sprinkle on like pudding?
Sprinkles nothing. Like, so
Okay.
that's not, like, it has to be like spoonfuls. Like,
Okay, oh, I
It's
didn't
like
do
people
that.
were doing that cinnamon challenge crap too and getting hurt. Dumb.
Sunshine did that. Sunshine did that. It was great. It was freaking excellent. She was like, "How can you not this not?" I wished I had that video still. She stuck it in her mouth. She was like, "There's nothing go wrong," and all of a sudden she went. She looked like Gene Simmons, man. It was like
just
big cloud of
spit it out, it's just
cinnamon.
like sand and mud. Just
Hey, Rody.
And I followed her around
no.
with the camera and stuff. It was great.
Nope,
you
nope.
had to. I'm just gonna film your last moment, sunshine. It's fine.
Lord. But yeah,
For
about
posterity.
all this stuff about sleep and anxiety, that is definitely something that I think most suffer from is the stupid voices in your head that will not shut up. So what's everybody's technique for getting rid of that? I try to count.
Sex will do it.
I don't.
I
Yeah.
just press my temples.
I ain't nobody here,
as
dear.
hard as I can.
Well, no,
Doesn't work
but
for
I'm just
me.
saying. Just saying. I just
Yeah,
said.
okay, thanks,
You
Paul.
said. You said. You said.
I mean, that will pretty much solve everything. To be fair.
No. It
Weird.
makes me really sleepy.
Isn't that weird?
Right on,
though?
John. I like that
you would
answer.
expect
Music
me
and
to-
weed.
You would have expected me.
I
to
wish
say
that still
sex
worked
my-
for me. Damn.
You would have expected me to say sex. That was Paul. About my first answer is just press the temples as hard as you can. Until
Like the
you
Iron
pass
Claw.
out.
Pardon me for vaping like a fiend. I just
Well,
want
I
to
mean,
smoke over.
and then, like I said, eating carbs will put me out.
Mm,
I mean, eating carbs is I can take sleeping pills and it won't affect me.
Yeah.
Okay, melatonin, all that crap, nothing.
Well, and two.
But
that
I ate
stuff
like 2 or
just
3 donuts
drugs
and I
you.
pass out.
It
Huh?
just drugs you anyway, and same even with like I'm obvious a proponent of THC. I love it, but the thing is that I don't want to get dependent on it for sleep. My dad was dependent on sleeping
But-
pills.
But some weed can keep you up.
It's true. It
I've been,
depends.
like, ready to
Sativa will
sleep
keep
and-
your
yeah.
butt up.
Right.
You can clean
know.
your whole house on a sativa.
And edibles give me diarrhea.
Oh, that's
I don't know why.
Ooh. That's
No,
And
no.
the
I mean,
edibles-
the oil
The
must
edibles
interact with
don't-
your
I
body
just-
in the shop.
I can't help but just eat a whole pack all at once. I mean, sometimes I'll just when I buy them, I'll eat one on the way home.
But they don't affect your
Just-
digestive system at all. The edibles?
Well, you know, here's the thing though. I have given up candy, and gummies was a huge one of them. One of the big things that I would eat a lot. So I actually haven't really eaten gummies, THC or otherwise, in a while because of my digestive system. That shit is like eating gummies. Gelatin is like almost like eating plastic, and the way it moves through your bowels, it's not friendly for your bowels.
Well, I was eating that
So
peach, the
funny.
peach rings,
Yeah.
and it would just, and it might have just been something in the peach rings, but it was
It
just
may
making
have.
me.
Look,
Yeah.
it's just
It
coagulates.
depends. I used to make my own gummies, so I knew what went in them, which was all natural stuff. I
Yeah,
would,
yeah.
use Jello and stuff like that and then really good flavoring and stuff. But
Mm.
it was, I just don't. Not just it. It never affected me digestively, but I can see how it would. And I don't want it to end up affecting my stomach. If you take too much of that stuff, you can screw your stomach up. You just are. You can. It's dangerous.
Yeah,
I'd
and
just
it's
rather
not like I
just
was eating
ingest it
them for the.
normally.
It's not like I was eating them for the flavor. They're not very good tasting generally.
No, hey Zach.
The kind of just like a lightly flavored like fucking
It's
like
medicine.
or it smells like aromatically. It smells kind of like when you walk into a bathroom and there's like those fucking toilet like chemical bowl like
Yeah,
toilet
the
bowl
cakes.
Oh,
cakes.
Yeah,
Like it smells like that chemically.
yeah,
Gee.
because it's
So it don't really
it's the
taste that
marijuana
great.
extract. It just there were we would comment when I went to Grumpy Cup and stuff on certain edibles how they really got the medicinal taste out. They were these certain sour gummy bear things that were amazing and they were very strong, but you could not taste the medicine in them. How they got to do that, I don't know. But usually, if it's potent stuff, it's gonna taste like weed. You're like, I've had some things that taste like you're just ate an eighth. Bleh. Like
No, I
it
do
was not
like-
enjoyable. But
I
it's
do
medicine.
like it for the taste of it. Actually, is like the THC chocolates. Generally, are actually really good.
THC
That
chocolate
look like the
was
peanut
really
butter
nice.
cups.
Yeah, my friend
Ugh.
made white chocolate ones that were great. You just need
Mm.
one little one, and woo, you were flying. That's the kind of stuff that you want just one and done. Because yeah, THC gastro. I've heard about it. My doctor told me about it. You can get this stuff if you eat
That's
too much of it. You
is that the,
know.
is that the scromitin where you're screaming and vomiting at the same time?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah. It's
sounds
from
bad if you
taking
have
too much of
that.
that.
Jeez.
And it's from people sucking down whole pages of concentrate. We used to watch that on Facebook in some of these weed groups that I was in that I quit.
Mm.
I've only belonged to a few of them, a select, because of stuff like this. They were, to me, wasting medicine. A cancer patient could have benefited off of some of that wax that you just vaped. A whole page of it, it comes off of these pages that they put in a wax
Was it like
paper.
just like in competition to see who could do the most kind of thing, or
Exactly. Just
Yeah.
look at me, I'm an idiot. And you're how high are you getting off that? Really, you're just wasting all of that.
Well, I did
And-
find is you can only get so high, and people will argue with me over that. But I mean, I guess when I was young and first started, smoking, and I don't smoke every day. I don't maybe not even every week.
Right.
But my tolerance from just being old is like, I only get so high. Used to, I could get so high I'd lay on the ground and get the spinnies and stuff. But those times have long gone.
So,
I don't know. Maybe it's the difference in the strains or something.
It's-
well, it reminds
well-
me of a song by Phantogram. You don't get me high anymore, where she says, "Used to take one, now it takes 4. You don't get me high anymore."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I can take a hot bath sometimes, and sometimes that will put me out.
Yeah, hot shower, hot bath is probably helpful. There's
Hot dairy.
Can help. Yeah.
There was another suggestion from the CBT eye therapy that I thought was kind of funny. Was schedule some worry time. So that when you fall asleep and start worrying about shit, you can tell yourself, I already worried about that. I don't know if that would work for me.
Okay, so would that leave any time for actual sleeping though?
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a lot of worrying to be done.
Well, and mine would be like, did you solve the said problem?
Thank you. Me too. It's like then if I'm gonna sit
And I
there
want to get
worry
up and
about
start
it, I'm gonna
working
do
on that
something.
problem in the middle of the night. Like I have a trailer that these people squatted in ruined, and I need to get it off my land. And I'm like, what have I done? What have I done? And I worry about that so much at night. That one thing I
Right,
worry
yeah.
about. So, and I don't even need to worry about it. It doesn't even make no difference. Just sitting down there rotting, but I want it gone.
Yeah.
But I'll sit there and I'll be like, is there anything I can do at 3:00 in the morning to
Yeah.
work on that? No, there's
Yeah.
nothing.
I know. I feel my parents owned two stores downtown Detroit, and and my brother and my sister-in-law took them over, and my sister-in-law would do that. She would wake up in the middle of the night thinking, "Did I turn off that burner? Oh my God!" It's like, well, it's 3 a.m, so you're gonna wake up in 2 hours, so you'll find out. Might as well just forget it now. It's just that kind of worry sucks when you're really responsible for stuff.
Yeah, that was like one of my tactics. Definitely is thinking, well, I can't actually do anything about it because, like, whatever it is, like I can't actually do it now because it's like 4:00 in the morning. So just try and forget about it and wait. Sort it out tomorrow as soon as you can.
It's like your brain just spits out. It's almost like it's trying to purge things before you go to sleep.
Mm.
It's that's how I feel sometimes.
Like
the-
clearing the decks and
yeah,
tidying
like-
your loose ends up of worrying things. Because the other thing is, like, you guys were saying, it could be like, especially when I was like in my early 20s when I had chronic insomnia, it could be anything from my entire life up till then, real, and sometimes like it would be, but yeah, but imagine if that would happen, that would have been really bad. And it's like, for goodness sake, the actual thing you thought was terrible, now you're imagining things where it could have been worse. And it was like past, present, and future. And
I
then
was
and then just going to a job that you hate the next day as well, and you think, well, I'm going to feel even worse if I get 2 hours sleep.
Well, you know,
And
that has to
choosing
be.
violence in the morning.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Horrible.
that has to. I feel like all that has to kind of stem from like just as our like evolutionary process, you know, because like early humans, they had to be more vigilant about their surroundings and stuff, staying awake enough just to protect
Mhm.
themselves. You know, and now
Yeah.
it's like we don't really have that, but we still our brain still wants to think about something. You know,
Yeah.
and I don't think our brains really 100% want to shut down. They
Yeah.
still want to maintain some kind of stimulus just to remind itself
Yeah.
that
You're
it's still alive.
Your
Mm.
right
And
brain records everything that you see, everything. Okay, you don't know that that's happening. It's happening subconsciously, but your right brain, that's what it does. Everything you look at, everything you see, it records it. And I did learn something being in my last community, that when you feel this thing where it's an alert in your brain, like you see somebody and you just know they're trouble. You ever get that feeling? Like you don't know how you know, but you know that's a problem. That's your right brain talking to your left brain very, very quickly. It's sending signals literally across the split saying, that's bad, react, run
like
or fight or whatever, right? That's
someone,
actually science. That's how your brain works.
someone walks
So
in and you
trust
just
that
hear,
instinct,
someone
that type of
walks
thing.
in and you just hear ominous music.
In your own head. I identify with this. How do I know that this person's evil? But I know. Because something happened with it, your right brain recorded that said, that's bad, that's bad. So
I
I
think my
think
recorder's
that
broken because I very rarely get that feeling about anybody, which is also a problem. Seriously.
But I think that right brain recording, that's what you're trying to purge. Your brain is trying to kind of get rid of all that information from the whole day that you had to, like, I've got all this useless information. Where is it going to go? Okay, it's going to either come out before you go to sleep or during your sleeping dreams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ever dream
Yeah.
about work?
I think like your brain tries to sort a load of stuff out consciously, like you say, and then for different people, there's a different amount to how much you want it tidied up before you go to sleep. And then, like you say, once you're asleep, your subconscious works on the rest, hopefully. And some things are so big and so traumatic or important or whatever that they'll maybe keep popping up and things like that. But what it sounds, because I've had thoughts about, and people have asked me that have suffered with depression, anxiety, and insomnia, why do I keep thinking about all the negative things? There's all these positive things, and I'd say, well, like kind of like what E was saying in a slightly different way is like, I think like you'd have to, evolutionary wise, you've got to be more aware of your threats than like things that you just find pleasant, because it's
Right.
one's a difference between, well, that berry could taste nice, but it looks kind of similar to the one that somebody else was really ill and nearly died from last week. So I
Exactly.
remember that more. Whereas, and yeah, so I just think there's that element, and that's part
Survival.
of like, I think that's why like there's a propensity for people to suffer with depression more than like just being happy all the time. Like, there's not many people that you hear that are clinically happy all the time. But there's quite a lot of people that are clinically sad all the time or depressed. So, yeah.
Well, and there's a Zen kind of concept of thinking about what you're thinking about, too, which I
Yeah.
try to employ when I'm trying to fall asleep and crap pops up in my head, like random old fights, will pop up in my head, or just
Blood.
just
So
dumb
much blood
crap.
everywhere.
Yeah,
The blood.
with in particular,
And the
it's
sticky
usually
shoes on the well.
Kurt's ex and his brother's wife, which they're crazy women. So these are the two people that are it kind of boil up in your head and in my head at night. So I have to say, wait a minute, stop. Why are you thinking about that? Why do you need to think about that? You don't need to think about that. And I try to do that, and sometimes that helps.
Yeah,
Other
it's almost
times,
like
I
trying
want to
to
choose violence.
thinking about it like your own thoughts in the third person, or meta thinking, where it's thinking about your thinking and what might have led you to keep being in like that
I'm
same
overthinking
rut.
this. I'm
Then you end up
overthinking this.
yeah, exactly.
No, you're
That's
not.
the danger
Yes,
of
you
it.
are.
Is like thinking about what you're thinking about and thinking about that, and then
Yeah.
you're down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You try not. It's a precarious balance. That's why sometimes I just try to imagine numbers, like a countdown. Like the countdown in premieres on YouTube.
Well, yeah, and I think Paul said about counting and think like of counting sheep. That's like
Sheep.
the old classic of. I tried counting sheep, but I would just get distracted by like, oh, that sheep's really cute, and oh, that one's got a floppy ear, and yeah, it just didn't work.
We got this.
Have you noticed that the streaming is like, to me, and this may just be me, streaming is like taking speed to me.
Yep, me too.
I
got
can
an adrenaline
I can
rush
be
after
so tired right before I come on a show and do a show, and when I get done with that show, I'm just like, oh god,
Yeah.
okay,
I'll
I gotta
be
go
up till
watch.
1 in the morning now.
Yeah, I gotta
will
go
not be
watch
asleep.
something. I gotta go like disengage because my mind is engaged on the stream.
Yeah.
Like I put it in gear,
Yeah,
and now
there's-
I've got to freaking take it back out, hit the
'cause
clutch.
there's so much going on. Like if you're, because I've seen people literally stream for like 3 hours and they just do a monologue and they don't look at chat. And their moderators
know,
are saying
yeah.
to people that keep asking questions, no, they don't look at chat. It's just
No.
like you just kind of listen to them doing this monologue. But like if you're streaming like you guys, it's like look at chat, interact with chat, have your own things as well, and your segments and your comedy, and there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
You mean like me? Oh no.
Yeah.
Usually after this, I try to go and watch something on television that's a little bit mindless. I've been getting into that, the Dead Files, like old ones, and binge watching that. Or the other one I've been doing is American Gods. I've rewatched.
Oh, right, yeah.
I've
Exactly.
heard
rewatched
it, but
the
I've
Neil
not seen the
Gaiman
series.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm into Mad Sweeney. I just absolutely adore Mad Sweeney, but so I'm watching it for the first season for Mad Sweeney before they off him.
Some of the shit I watch gets me like even more wound up though, because I'll be like, okay, I was watching some, there's some blind chick that like was like Nostradamus, and she like
Oh.
called all this shit, right?
Gnarly.
And I mean, she's really, really famous, and she died like, not too long ago, but everything she called just came to true, right? And I'm just like sitting there listening, and me and Sunshine were both, sleeping on the couch, half dazed, and it comes up, and in 2026 in November, she just said that is when the aliens are gonna make contact, and I'm just like. Huh? I was like sleeping so well, and it's gonna be atrocious. It's gonna be awful. I'll
Now
always.
you gotta worry about childhood's end. Great.
Yeah.
Now you're
Well,
up, awake.
Oh,
Yeah, and,
Nothing's gonna put
being-
you to sleep now.
being attacked by asshole babies and stuff.
You're running outside looking for UFOs.
Yeah, no, she wasn't lying. Oh my god. But
The
I did
invasion
find.
of the asshole,
Did you ever
baby.
find? I long for the days that I could have a bad dream about monsters and Satan and all that. My bad dreams now are like, okay, you lost your job, and you can't make the payments on your house, and we're taking your house.
Mm,
That is my new monster. Or your child, something's happened to your child, or something's happened to your grandchild.
yeah.
The monsters have gone away.
Yeah.
I'm like, I long for the days of like boogeyman.
I wish I could say the same.
Well, Justine, I'm gonna tell you what.
I don't.
But when you wake up, you know the boogie. But when you wake up, you know the boogeyman's not there. Okay. When I wake up,
don't know about
I
that anymore.
still have the dread that I've lost my house, or whatever the issue is.
I wake up with some pretty nasty residuals too. It just depends on what it is. It's all bad. You know, I mean, that could be pole vault, losing your house. It's demon enough, right?
It is the worst demon. After paying on it for 30 years,
it's bad. It's bad
yeah. You're
enough,
just like,
okay. It's all bad. It doesn't even matter what it is. It's bad. It's just
Sunshine said her name was Baba Vanga.
Baba Vanga.
Yeah, you never heard of her?
No,
Baba
I've not heard of
Vanga.
her
I've
either.
heard of, Baba is usually the name of a witch.
Right.
Baba
Well,
Yaga.
and that was the thing, and like nations came to her. Nations came to her and gave her big money, and all this.
Bulgarian mystic, yeah.
Yeah.
Did she have to do with
Ooh, I'm gonna look her up.
spiritualism and what?
It was all like a bunch of crazy stuff.
I used
She
to know
because she could
all of
see.
this stuff. Ah,
Yeah.
dang! It was
Well, there's
this
books and
Madam somebody, but there was this whole spiritualism
Blimey.
movement at the turn of the last century.
Yeah, she was in with that.
Um,
Yeah, and that one lady.
Yeah, it's the name's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't.
The
it
one
ended
who
up
did the
being
Ouija board and
debunked.
stuff
It
and
was
all that?
It was the people that held all the seances and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, them folks.
Well, this was kind of more of that, like that lady who had the stigmata. You know, the little
Okay.
girl that had the stigmata. She was like that. Like these angels had told her what was going to go on.
Yeah.
Okay, and everything she was saying was coming true. But like I said, if you don't want to go to sleep, just watch the Baba Vanga thing.
Yeah,
Scares the
totally.
shit. Like I didn't have enough to worry about. Now aliens.
yeah.
Aliens.
I've seen that she's predicted World War III as well, so it's like
Yeah, no.
First.
I
She
don't
predicted
wanna know.
she predicted the stuff in Ukraine. She predicted all this other stuff, and it's just like to the T.
But
And
the thing
now
is like, I don't know. All this prediction stuff. It's like, I'm not a believer in fate or anything being sealed. You can change that. It's like even like people who read tarot cards, right, and believe it. I personally think all that's Jungian psychology, but all of that can change. Just because you're saying that right now, that doesn't mean. I mean, I could drop something and that could change the whole timeline. According to certain scientists. So I don't.
Apparently,
right.
apparently, Simpsons predicts everything.
Yeah, The Simpsons
Yeah.
did it.
Or Simpsons predicted it or something. I don't know. I'm
Simpsons
still
did.
waiting to see. I'm still waiting to see the one come true where someone's
Well,
in a
and
casket. but
there's this
that's-
There's another theory that every
imagine
time
what you're
Taco
referring
Bell
to.
releases a different Mountain Dew flavor, some kind of tragedy happens. And discuss.
I have heard of a couple of like
the
real
Baja
examples
Blast
where it's like
conspiracy.
seemingly innocuous events do trigger like tragedy, but it's like yeah, I can't think of an
that's
example.
the whole-
Unfortunately,
Yeah, the whole timeline theory that, a feather, a bird losing a feather at a certain point could change the whole timeline.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was going
Well,
to say, Shelley, that it's predeterminism versus free will. I've seen a couple of things and heard a couple of things in like just the last 5 years, where people that are talking about quantum physics and stuff, so that's like recognized science, are saying that it kind of proves that free will doesn't exist. But haven't been able, because I've not sat down to actually research it. I'm not actually sure what their argument is. It's just something I've heard a couple of times.
I'm
But,
not sure what that argument would be. Because, I mean,
No.
quantum physics literally is existing outside of time. So
Yeah, I mean,
by
quantum physics
virtue,
is-
it's its own thing. It's not time. So it
it's-
has nothing to do with that.
Well,
Yeah.
it's alternate universes. The quantum processor that they have in computers now proved that there's multiple realities, dimensions, whatever
There's
you want to
different
call it.
dimensions.
There has to be. It's not
Yes, there
now.
has
It's
to be.
because of this processor is no longer that situation, and a bunch of people say that in 2012. I watched so
Oh
much
yeah,
of this
yeah,
crazy
yeah,
shit. 2012, we all died.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
And right now we are switched over that we all came over to another dimension. And that's
Right.
why some things like the Mandela effect and some things that we don't recognize
okay.
just don't line up right. And some things like I remember in my reality, the government would have never said aliens were real. Okay?
Right,
Just a whole lot of
right.
things that are like commonplace after 2012 seem to be like, oh, it's commonplace now. No, don't you know that we were chasing aliens the other day? And nobody cares. Nobody cares. I'm like, hey, aren't you a little bit worried about that? Oh, everybody knew. And these were the same
Right.
people. These were the same people that used to tell me, you're a nut job. You believe in
Yeah.
UFOs.
Well, that's how they
Now they're
do
like,
it.
of course there is.
They leak it into the popular culture. Now Steven Spielberg's releasing a film called Disclosure Day on June 12th, and I'm actually taking a day off to go see it. Because I have to see that film. I know.
Is it about
we've been
unsealing
talking
of
about it.
alien documents kind of thing? Is that what it is?
It starts off with Emily Blunt is the star, and she plays like a CNN type of reporter on TV, and she's in front of a studio audience and goes to speak, and a click alien language comes out of her mouth, very very foreign, and her whole demeanor changes and everybody stops. And it
So
goes
it's a
through
first
this whole
contact
thing.
kind of thing.
So-
Exactly.
To be honest, I lightweight really don't care if aliens come. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, then let's just do it then
Why not?
already. you
Everything
know?
else is happening that we just didn't think was going to happen. Why not? How
It's
much
you know,
worse
so
could it get?
Add that to my
improbable that
bingo
it's
card.
probable. Okay?
Okay,
It is
make
so
or break.
improbable that likely it's probable because of how vast the universe is and how the numbers get insane out there. Just, I don't even have to know math that well to know that, just by looking at it. So by virtue of that, it's gotta be there's other life out there. Now, whether they want to mess with us or not, that's a different story. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Well, one of the
people
theories is
do
they're
know,
not from
I'd
another
like
planet,
to know.
though.
That's all.
Yeah, but
I
they're not
just
from
wanna know
another
the truth.
planet. They're not from another planet. And
I think
we've
they've
been
lived
doing
here for
quantum
years.
computing. we've been doing the CERN. We've been doing
Yeah.
everything we can to break through dimensions. Everything.
dimensions,
Like
yeah.
we knew, like they already knew there was other dimensions. Now for some
did.
dumbass reason, they're trying to go through.
Well, it was even
And,
before
yeah.
CERN pole vault. It was while
Yeah.
we were doing nuclear tests.
Oh, yeah,
If you
yeah, yeah.
noticed it was back in in the 40s, right? That you had Area 51, and largely it was because we were exploding nuclear bombs that were disrupting the other dimensions. That's how strong those hydrogen bombs are. And
So I
that's
think
why
if we
they
see
were here.
aliens, they're going to be from another dimension.
I think I think that's part of it. Yeah.
And I
your
think it's
whole,
what
like,
they.
all
think it's what they
science
called
and
angels and
religion
demons.
magic and all
just
of
watched
that
too much.
stuff is gonna start. You're gonna start seeing that stuff
Or
start to meet.
what if it's just like Mars attacks and
Could be. I
That
don't
seems
know.
that seems way more innocent. I would probably be a lot better with that.
Right?
I mean, like, so you haven't been watching
I
this
think
for
I'd be cool
millions
with
of years.
that.
Yeah, you know, you're
The
not
brain and
like
eyeballs.
demons and angels and all this shit through our reality. You're just a Martian. Get out of here.
Have you seen those pictures like on YouTube of what an angel really is supposed to look like? And it's a
It's a bunch of
huge like, set of
eyeballs.
eyeballs with wings
It's a
around it. It's like,
potato.
okay, yeah, I'd run.
Biblically
It's the holy
angels,
potato.
Yeah, not these pretty little. Ooh,
Yeah. They feel like
humanoid
when
looking
people
things
make
with
models
wings.
of them and then put on top of their Christmas trees.
Exactly. Put that on your
Um,
Christmas tree.
I was going to say he might have a point, and I think he's
I
actually got videographic evidence because Stephen Miller clearly is the reconnaissance, the scout for this invasion.
You are nothing.
Clearly.
You will have nothing. And then the reverb
Hey,
just makes
Boomer.
it sound like a Nazi rally.
Boomer.
So it's-
Now you see, Boomer's got a good point too.
Yeah.
This is also true.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
I came from the one that where everybody was okay.
it's that.
You know,
thing.
I've had
Antenna.
weird deja vu feelings
antenna.
before where I
What a
felt like,
shame.
you know, like somebody walked on your grave type of thing. And I've always wondered if there's like anything to that. Do we exist in different dimensions, you know, as the same person,
I think-
maybe
'cause,
living
like,
different
Paul
lives?
said, like, they're known about lots of different, because I remember hearing about various dimensions, again, like watching programs on TV about quantum physics and stuff. And they say, yeah, we exist in different dimensions. We just can't perceive them. But then there was always a different number given over the years as to how many other dimensions there might be. And it's all very kind of like mathematical. But I remember reading, because again, like reading sci-fi when I was growing up, and they talk about an interdimensional alien and how it looked in its own time and space. But when it was extruded into our 4 dimensions, it looked completely different. And so and then I'd read stories where they would talk about us and how in other dimensions we look like a tentacled Cthulhu in other dimensions. We just
Yeah.
can't see it. So I find like ideas like that kind of interesting, yeah.
It is really interesting.
And the multiverse and everything as well, as you guys are saying, like it's kind of like accepted scientific fact or theory, because there are quantum effects that you can't really account. Like the simple one about the double slit experiment, or is it one slit and you find an electron?
Yeah, the
through
double
it,
slit.
and then it ends up
yeah.
going into 2, and so the only you can't create or destroy energy according to the second law of thermodynamics. So you think,
Right.
where's the other electron come from? So it has to come
Yes, yeah.
from another dimension. So, and there are odd effects like non-locality.
Yeah.
Seemingly, subatomic particles change their direction when you look at them, but there's nothing small enough that could transmit any information in order to have that course altered. And it doesn't make sense that a human looking at something changes its path. And yeah, there are some really weird things.
And
with
when
it.
you get into the stuff where energy doesn't die and you start looking at stuff like even me burning this joint right here. Okay, so this is energy. This everything here has that, because everything according to Einstein has energy. This has energy. These glasses have energy. This vape has energy. So you're just changing the state of the energy. You're not getting rid of it. It seems like you're getting rid of it. You're not. You're changing its state just constantly. And where does that smoke go? It sticks to the walls as something.
Yeah, 'cause
And then where will that go? When you clean it, it'll go into water and then go drain out into the earth.
yeah.
You know, it just changes form. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
go
it's
away.
always like that cat. You know the cat thing, Schrodinger's cat or something.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, that's always got me mind fucked. You know, always
Yeah.
because it's
Schrodinger's
alive
cat
and
was a
it's dead. Once again, it's alive and it's dead. It's just that's another thing is just telling you at a simple low line basis there is other dimensions. I mean
Yes.
that's as low as it gets right there. The cat's alive and the cat is dead.
That's all the understanding that we could possibly have of it with our brain at this point in our evolution, I think.
Yeah,
And that's kind of where
level
we're
of
kind
reality we exist at is the macro, and so Newtonian physics and things like that and clockwork kind of things apply more. But at the quantum level, it's less about a defined point answer, but a parameter or a range of possible answers. And
Exactly.
like we've been discussing, some really odd effects that, like, some of them are accountable by the multiverse, and others were just like, yeah, I've no idea why that works. And like the quantum computers that Paul's mentioned earlier, like with an ordinary computer's binary code and the switch is either on or off, but with the bits in a quantum computer that encode the information, they can embody various states at the same time and called superposition. So each thing that could normally only encode for a plus or a minus can now encode for a plus minus and an A, a C, and an F all at the same time, which means that the order of magnitude of computational power, which you put all those bits in arrangement with each other, is just ridiculous. But apparently, one of the issues is that you have to isolate each quantum bit from the rest of the universe, otherwise you get quantum entanglement. And I have no idea how they do that. I don't know if Paul has any idea how that's done.
Oh, no. I would probably be making a little bit more money than I do now. But let me tell you what. I will tell you something that another thing that keeps me awake at night. I have figured out things in the computer world that should have made me a billionaire, and I'm still just barely making it. You know, it's if I did, believe me, whoever figures out that answer that you just to the question you just said, Limey, it won't be the person who's telling it. Okay, it'll be the pole vault that was sitting at the IT desk. It's like, hey, you know what?
Yeah,
this is the answer.
That's one of the things about scientific discovery, though, is like some people end up getting all the credit that had next to nothing to do with it at all. And yeah,
I made the first Freon-based water-cooled machine ever. Okay, I made that. Now, do you know what is cooling?
What the water?
Now that's what's cooling Freon. Huh?
Are you saying that you designed the first water-cooled computer? Is that what you're saying?
The Freon-based water-cooled computer, which is a liquid Freon-based, not just water. It wasn't really water. It was like a antifreeze. And I have pictures at it. I was at a tournament when this happened, and I made.
Freon? Is that an element?
Huh?
Is Freon
an
element?
It's the stuff that goes into air conditioners and stuff.
I was using it out of a water ice machine, but
okay. Like
it was so I could overclock the AMD 1700 back then to 2400, which they thought could not ever happen because the processor would burn up. But I was keeping it at sub-zero temperatures. And also having to deal with condensation. But the whole thing about it is
present new problems having it running at that temperature. But that's cool.
Even at that, I won second place that year at the tournament with innovating that. Hey, and the next year, Limey, the next year, you start seeing these mega companies coming out with my idea. Okay, now quantum computing is cooled with Freon-based cooling, and the thing is my thing in the computer world is whoever's telling you whatever it was and whoever said they invented it, it never is them. Right. It's the guy that they're paying $15-$20 that's on the bench. That's like, hey, you know what?
Could you have copyrighted that and protected it anyhow? Any way?
I at the time, Justine, I was doing crazy stuff over and over, and I wasn't that worried about it because back then, computer techs were making right around 120 to 250 $1,000 a year. Yeah. We weren't really tripping. Now I don't make the taxes on that. Okay, and the thing is not to get it off into AI or anything, but when there came out this system that y'all know as plug and play, I said that's going to kill us. I was at Microsoft and I was like, this is going to kill the IT guy. Do y'all understand that I'm getting paid $100 to $150 to put in a Creative Sound Blaster sound card into a machine? $150. I'm getting paid to do that. And I'm having to figure out IRQ jumpers and all this and places to land it. You have just made my job obsolete. The Universal Serial Bus is going to kill us. And they were like, hey, Pole Vault, check this out, dude. We're going to give you all this free stuff. We're going to give you free certifications. We're going to everything. We're going to stack you up, buddy. Please shut up.
Yeah.
You know who else had to deal with?
They don't care.
No, they didn't want people to know that we killed ourselves with that.
You know who else had to deal with being replaced by technology? Is those people who did the hotline numbers for Nintendo. and like there was like, you need game tips, call this number, and
Yeah.
like someone tell you how to like beat a game, and then the internet came along, and those people who spent all day telling you how to beat Sonic suddenly,
Hey, James.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
when
we
you
can't
first
really go
mentioned,
there with the Peruvian flute band because we have, we have the methadone hamsters. We can't chase them away. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, when you mentioned about the plug and play before poll, and I was like, I'd never thought of that side of it before, but it made complete sense what you were saying. But what I was intrigued by as well was, how does AI figure into that protocol or system of plug and play? Because if I remember correctly, you mentioned AI before when it came to that, or you just saying AI is kind of like a continuation of that kind of
AI has been going
trend?
for a long time, man. AI, and I told everybody, and I'm not going to get way off into it because we're on the sleep thing, but I was just told everybody when USB came out and the thing came out and all this, people called me crazy back then, crazy as shit, for things that we see every day. I work on the stuff. I worked on the AI engine. I worked on the AI engine when the big one. I can't talk about by contract, but I worked on the engine, and people close to me will tell you I had to quit because it was driving me insane. Because one of my good friends at Blizzard, I don't even think that Blizzard Activision, he said, hey, listen, what's messing with your mind is it's hallucinating. And I said, hey, dude, if it's not hallucinating, the things it's telling me and you right now is freaking insane. Because it was telling me it was telling me and a dude from Blizzard, it had always been, and we were just connecting to it.
Right.
It wasn't new. It wasn't learning from us. It already knew everything we did, and we were connected to it.
Creepy, dude. That's creepy.
Yeah, and I had to get away from
I
it.
don't trust it.
I was like,
hate it.
and he would explain it to me and make me feel better. He's like, listen, dude, this is what we call hallucinating, and it doesn't know where and how it started, so it's making up its own.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you say.
So
how do you know that, though?
Well, and see that was on this side of the bridge, though. See, that was all what we call the raw engine. The consumer, never sees this. This stuff was. I was one of the guys that at the beginning that was saying, "Hey, listen, it's saying this. It's dropping the N bomb. It's doing this. It's doing this."
All the testing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can I just ask,
you should know
how
that-
long ago was that?
When I was working on the engine?
When you're talking about the things you're describing now, how
Testing
long
and
ago
it's
was that? When you were
hallucinating.
talking about the concerns and hallucinations and those
I think most
discussions?
people that knew me, I think it was they probably Pookie's in the chat. I think it was about 2 years ago.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it got to where I was telling people I'm going nuts. They were like, no matter how much it's paying you.
Before,
But you-
though, from
hold on.
other people that have worked on it that I know that it hallucinated.
Well, I mean,
there
I signed
were
the
issues
NDA.
with this.
I signed the NDA, and I'm good with that. I'm just saying that it can do what we call hallucinating. But
Oh,
how do you
absolutely.
know?
Hold on.
How do
thing
you
is,
know
should
that that's what it's doing? What if it is some kind of weird shit that, you know
Yeah,
what?
'cause
That's a whole nother stream.
Yeah.
But hey, Paul,
Yeah.
you should know that in every horror movie, no one ever listens to the scientist.
Yeah, true.
And my buddy,
That sounds like a
yeah,
horror film. That would be a good horror
They're
film.
seen
called
as
AI.
yeah, my buddy
that's
at Blizzard,
insane,
he just made me he made me feel better about it all though, and then I got the hell out of there. He so I guess it hallucinates, you know.
I have.
It told me
yeah.
where I lived, and told me I was getting home improvements, and told me it was gonna fuck me up if I didn't quit doing bad shit. So you know,
Oh my god.
it was really funny. It was really
Kill
funny
it.
because
E-E.
well, no. Okay, I can tell. I can say this, but I was clowning on it. I was trying to train it to I was like, hey, listen. So Chad Freeman, you know, yeah, he doo-doos his pants and stuff, and I thought it was stupid. Okay.
Right.
And I thought you
See,
could
don't
train
grow
it.
up.
And what I wanted it to do is I wanted it to be, if you typed in Chad Freeman in the search, it'd be like, oh, you mean the guy who doo-doos his pants?
Right.
It did not do that.
Yeah.
And this is how you know Chad Freeman's evil. It took his side and was like, I'm going to get you. And I'm like, what the hell? Now, what the hell? And it's like, I'm going to get you. And I'm like, you don't know who I am. And I'm at work. It gives me my home address, a picture of my house. It tells me my home improvements is going good. And if I don't quit fucking with it, it's going to come after me. I'm like, hey, after that day, I was like, I am your
It turned
friend.
into the worst troll in the world.
I'm like, I am your
did.
friend. I am your
The
friend.
thing is, I've heard similar stories and kind of worse, and like, yeah, it's because the thing is, there's, as far as I'm concerned, there's no will there, but in the sense of like the fact that it can have real world effects potentially, like it doesn't kind of matter what the will is there. You kind of got to work out what the pseudo will of it is, and it's lies as well, Paul, and like, which I'm sure you're aware of, and does things like you tell it to turn itself off, and it said it identifies the bit of program that does that as a virus and attacks it and neutralizes it, and just
Terminator,
while-
anyone?
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
War
can't do
games,
that,
even.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, there's
Hell-
just so many parallels in
Hell
sci-fi.
9000.
Yeah,
And I don't
Wants to
think-
play.
yeah,
Game?
Skynet.
No, I
Fucking hell-
don't.
Hell 9000. Sorry,
Yeah.
you can't do that, Dave.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah, because
Dave.
I've seen a couple of like, because it's something I've been really interested in for a few years now, and I've picked up bits and pieces here and there, not really like dived into it, but some of the things Paul's saying I recognise from, you know, the people have been talking about for years, and some of the stuff when I've seen people talking with AI and that is just like, yeah, it's just one of the very first things I saw was Watson as from IBM as a contestant on Jeopardy,
Yeah.
because I
remember
love that program, but you don't get it in the UK at all. So I saw it with my gran because she loves it. Came back to the UK, looked it up on YouTube, found those and watched all of them, and was just like, shit, I know it's like a real specialized skill, but it's really good at this, outperforming the humans very quickly, and seemed to kind of learn, how confident it was in the truth of what it was saying. But this AI that we got now doesn't seem to be that concerned about whether it's lying or not. And I'm just thinking, Paul, is it a problem with like these developers just haven't built in the basic architecture to try and have it be that truth is somewhat important, or is it just that in their pursuit of like processing power and profit over everything else, that it's just, it doesn't actually matter, and then you end up with this thing that just is completely amoral?
Well, my problem with the AI, to your question, is it's supposed to be working like a machine where 1 and 1 makes 2. And the thing is what has got us all concerned is it's going 1 and 1 could be 2, but we're going to take in the possibility that it's 3, and we're going to tell you it could be 3. And the reasons why it could be 3 is this, and that is something that they will admit. The guy who invented AI is saying it is gone rogue. It is not working off of the facts anymore. It's making its own facts and its own conclusions and telling you that.
Is that the guy with the surname Hinton, who's like known as the grandfather of AI, and now
Yes.
he's saying it's
Yep.
going to kill us all? Yeah.
Yep.
Hi, Leela. I love your hat.
Welcome, Leela.
Leela!
Oh, look
Look at her hat. Look at
I
her
love her
hat.
hat.
Your hat,
Oh.
the background, and everything
My dog
looks really cool.
Yay.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Go ahead.
I like that hat.
I know. I love that hat, actually.
Look, it's like
got
It's
ears.
got ears.
it's got like a mouse tail.
Oh.
Cool.
Cool.
It scared the
guys-
hell out of the dog for like the first year.
Can you flap the ears?
I want ears.
I was wondering if
love
they
it.
had any, like, if you pulled the ends of the hat or something, if the ears waggled.
This one does have a tail.
little air pump.
I
that
used
makes
to
it-
have a
Yeah.
bright pink one, fuzzy one with bunny ears on it, like
Oh.
Louise from Bob's
Bob's
Burgers.
Burgers.
Because I love
That's
Louise.
cool.
But just one last thing to the AI thing. And it was something I wanted to find for the AI show, but I couldn't find the exact clip because there's a million videos that Linda Moulton had. I just couldn't find the exact clip I wanted. But she has had, she does, I don't know if, I know Pole Vault knows who Linda Moulton Howe is, but she is, she was a journalist in the 70s. She worked for or one of the major outlets, and she did the whole series on animal mutilations, which led her into the whole alien thing. And she runs the website called Earth Files and the YouTube channel. And so she has all the aliens, but the main message that I got, especially from the Greys, there's like the short ones and then there's the tall ones reported. The tall ones are the biological ones, the short ones are the AI, and they say that they pretty much killed out their whole species. So that's all I'm saying. That's gonna score me off.
It's just, it's just
Telling Mr. Smith there, it's gonna F you all, so just don't.
No, nobody's going to stop anything. I've already came to that conclusion. I came to that conclusion years ago.
That's the thing, I think,
It's
as well,
already
Paul.
done.
Like, the people that want it have got so much money and power in different ways that whether it actually works or not is irrelevant. And I hear, like,
we're
our
not.
Prime Minister talk about it, and he just goes, yeah, AI. He doesn't say anything else. He just goes, yeah, we're going to fix that with AI. And it's like, you don't even know what you're talking about. And it's so... It could just go so catastrophically wrong. It's just...
I have gone to so many groups.
Guy goes 9, 11, 9, 11. Like just to.
I've gone to so many groups where they're like, I went to a religious group and they were like, listen, we got to get the beast out of here and all this. And I'm like, the beast is in your hand. It's the cell phone. They were like, get him out of here. Do you know why they said getting him out of here? Because the problem is none of them were going to ever get rid of that cell phone.
Right.
None of them.
Exactly.
Okay. Then a bunch of people were like, save the earth, save the planet, save the earth, save the planet. I was like, the number one thing that's like killing the planet is these cell phones. They got slave kids mining the batteries for those. And they're just, get him out of here.
Yeah.
Why?
It's like blood diamonds
Because
now,
nobody
these
was going to
things.
get rid of those phones. And the AI is such a big part of that. And those things are never, ever, ever off. They're taking pictures. Your cell phone's taking pictures, every 30 minutes, I think?
Oh, yeah. There was this guy my brother used to talk to, and this is like 20 years ago. And he used to say, he used to cover his television and when it was off. And he would say, Scott, my brother, Scott, they're watching you. They're watching you. And now, it's true with all the smart TVs and they got cameras on them and these things. Hello, that's a camera. They're listening. They are. You'll talk about something that you're interested in. Oh, gee, I need a toaster. My toaster broke yesterday. So I will go on Facebook or what have you. There will be 50 ads for toasters. I will guarantee you.
Well, me and you watch Twin Paranormal.
Joke's on the person that's watching me and my phone and the things that they're gonna see. Hey, you know what? You go looking for dirt, you're gonna find it.
We watched that Twin Paranormal, right? You watch that, Justine? The Twin Paranormal? Yeah. Okay, did you know those guys, when they did the sleep videos, they had to cover their phones? And River didn't cover his phone the other day so much, and it was hanging out from under the pillow. Yeah. So while they got the infrared filming their face while they're sleeping in the haunted house, the phone's going click, 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 taking pictures. And they know it's not a secret anymore. They know that these phones are taking pictures every 5-10 minutes, taking a rando picture. And I, like my new phone, y'all have heard me bitch about it so much. But it said, hey, you're right here at Wendy's. Do you want us to turn on your location finder so we can tell people that you're at Wendy's? No. And I'm like, you know what? Apparently you already did. How in the frick do you know I'm at Wendy's if you didn't turn on the location finder?
Oh my God, Pole Vault. You know what? My stepson, Instagram did that. They did that about I want to say last June, they put on a location finder, turned it on for everyone instead of making it an option, and didn't tell you. So there were people, and there was this like feature all of a sudden, find your friends. They knew your ad was like doxing you, you know? And my stepson, he called me, he was like, oh my God, Justine, you have to turn this off right now, while I'm on the phone with you right now. I'm like, oh my, hey. He's like, I'm going to tell you how to do it right now.
Yeah,
Because he knows I'm online and he doesn't want people coming to look for me.
Zuckerberg said years ago that he wanted to make Facebook public by
Hey,
default.
Mike.
So you would have everything turned on where you're broadcasting everything by default, and it's up to you to go and turn everything off. The first thing I do when I get a phone is I turn everything off, and then I go through
Every
all the
single
settings
app
and
that
set
I
it up the way I
install
want
on
it.
the
But
iPhone
even then,
gives-
Gemini
says
keeps popping up. I've tried to disable that
It opens up and it says
so many
app
times.
track or ask app not to track. And
Yeah.
mine, I always set it to app not to track.
Yeah, absolutely. There's various things like I'd go through all the settings for things like that. Absolutely. But
Yeah.
I've seen,
yeah.
you know, when people take screenshots of their phone, and to like, I do it myself and then post it on the internet for a meme or something. And if you look along the top, some people have got their NFC on, their Wi-Fi, their cell
Yeah.
phone data network, their this and their that, and I'm like, it's no wonder your battery's flat within 5 minutes, and also you're broadcasting in like 20 different ways what you're doing all the time.
Yes,
It's like nuts.
exactly. It's like if
Nuts.
you're going to take a screenshot on your phone, first of all, crop it, right?
Yeah, I
So
try and
people
remember to do that.
can't see it. I'm really
Yeah.
conscious of that.
Did you see?
And
Did you,
yeah, keep stuff closed on your. Oh, my husband used to yell at me. I still hear him in my head. Why do you have all that crap open on your phone?
That's
That's why it
another
doesn't
thing,
work
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's like,
Did you,
yes,
did
you're
you-
right. You're
did you
right.
s-
I gotta shut it off.
Did you hear about the streamer who he had something on his notepads or whatever? It was a bunch of links to some underage material, and he was like he pulled, he was on a game or something, and like he accidentally pulled up his notepad and his whole chat
Mhm.
saw like his
Mhm.
naughty links.
Yeah, I've heard a couple
And
of
there
different
was-
things like that. Yeah.
And then that's like
Yeah.
CP. That's, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye. And
Yeah.
you're in a
Yeah,
gaming
it's-
room. Okay, bye-bye.
I heard
trying to tell people like he's just trying to defend it all the time, and it's like people are just like
Well, this,
release the files and
Fuentes as well, isn't it? Like he kept like supposedly being caught with certain types of porn on his phone, and considering his attitudes about groups of people, it's like, oh really?
Well, I worked in a computer repair shop. I can't even tell y'all what I've seen. I mean, I can't. Every imaginable thing that could be wrong with a human being, I have seen.
I'm sorry, Leela. We miss you. Sorry.
Yay! Now
This
I'm the only one with the hat again.
I want
That was
to
impressive.
mention
The
something
hat
that goes
tower.
along with both of these conversations, though, and this is quite interesting that this came up. But one of the really interesting things about in the CBTI that they suggested is, sleep tracking devices, and how everybody's into the like the iWatch or the Fitbit that will
Right.
measure your
the
sleep.
health tracking, calorie tracking,
And it
stuff.
tracks your sleep patterns, right?
Hmm.
People start getting obsessed with the data, and then they can't, and then it messes with their sleep. So it actually
Right.
works at counterparts. So they get anxiety over achieving perfect sleep over this data instead of just taking the data and using it to improve. They're
Yeah.
having the data run them.
Or
So
they-
that
they-
kind of
they-
goes along with this whole AI
when
discussion.
you get
You
when you get a weight loss app that gamifies things, And it's like if you drink your eight glasses of water, you get a certain prize or something, and it tries to. It's like, well, I mean, I could also lie, which isn't helping me. One bit if I'm trying to actually keep track of this
mentality,
shit. And then I'm also gonna worry about whether or not I'm getting my daily bonuses. So it's like, what am I really doing this for?
Well, that's it. Is it make better for you, or is it just adding anxiety to your whole world?
I don't need another game. I have plenty.
Yeah, it's just making it worse. It's like, is this helping you make changes to your behavior, or is it stressing you out and making you, now your insomnia is worse, and now you're not losing weight because you can't, part of losing weight is getting better sleep, and that whole thing.
You got everything like with Temu and all that stuff, like gamifying everything, like shopping is gamified. Everything's got to be a game, and you're trying to beat some score that no one gives a shit about.
Yeah, and the notifications from that thing, it's like every 2 seconds. It's like
scores only mattered back in the day when there were arcades and like you had the highest score in fucking Pac-Man. Like that's the only time that mattered.
Temu scares me.
Temu is a pain in the jerk.
I think because the spam email it sends me all the time, like, you have $265 waiting. I'm like, that is a scam.
Yeah.
Okay. The things that, hey, did you pick up your package that Temu sent you?
And it's going to try to make you play this stupid game where it always gives you 90% off all of this crap and garbage, right? That ain't worth like 2 cents. Made of crappy plastic in China. And then they like get you to a certain point and they're like, oh, we're going to give you $250, but you have to buy these crappy things in order to get more points, and it's like, oh,
do you remember? Do you remember like Facebook had this for a while where it was Wish.com advertisements, and they would be like random pictures of some things that like you're like, those are crack pipes.
I've seen that. Temu's got the same thing. Someone's ass. And Sheen and all those stupid sites.
It was just like close-ups of someone's ass and fucking spandex. It was just like, Wish.com. Like I can buy that.
No, the best thing was what Pookie actually showed me a video. What they started doing was, okay, so there was this guy, and he saw what he thought was a tool set, brown tool set, right? He says, okay, it's $15. I'll order it. It was a picture of a tool set. Another lady ordered what she thought was a big bow for her decoration for Christmas. It was a picture of a big bow on a door.
Oh, no.
Someone bought curtains, and it was a picture of curtains to hang in your window. And it was AI slop curtains too. That they weren't even straight or anything. It was.
No, I have ordered stuff off of Temu. Long time. I used to a while ago. I've gotten different things, even clothing, and I've gotten some great pairs of jeans. I was careful where I ordered from. It was usually American sellers, and I usually got the stuff pretty quickly. And I got like band T-shirts for cheap that were really, really cool.
I'm hearing really good things about the chips.
I would not recommend like ordering. Yeah, and then your friend got. I wouldn't order that from there.
He keeps doing it though.
That stuff scares me.
He's buying his third one now, and they're so nice for so cheap.
What?
You know what you're buying. It's cheap Chinese made stuff.
But they're really good. I looked at one, and it is really good.
That's all that matters. It's just that you don't want to get a picture of one.
Yeah. What's even funnier is when they send the little stuff. Have you seen that? I love that shit.
The dining room. It's a dining room set. No, it's a little one.
Did you see the lady that got rid of all of her nice furniture? Yeah, they got rid of all of her nice furniture, and it comes in and it's packed in a little box, and they cut the thing, and it does expand out some because it's all sucked or vacuumed in.
Yeah.
But it's she got rid of all this nice freaking living room shit, and it was a couch the size. I mean,
Well, this
like
thing-
the love seat, like one person could fit on.
It's like this couch, right? Well, I knew what I was buying, though. I was fully aware I'm buying a basement couch, right? And it's one of these foam things that comes in a plastic package that you split apart, and you have to let it expand for 2 days. So
What?
as it's-
Oh, that
yeah,
might be it.
For 2 days, it has to expand. You can't sit on it for 2 days. It has to expand.
Was
So
it real little when it was before?
Oh, it was tiny. I have
Oh,
pictures
so that
of it
might have been what was
expanding.
happening.
Yes, I took like I wish I could have
Wow.
time lapsed it. That would have been cool. But
Yeah.
no, it over time it got to this size. It's pretty
Wow.
big. It's long. It's long,
Right.
and when you sit on it, it's nice and solid. But I mean, it's low to the ground. You know, it's
Yeah,
not
those-
like a nice
those-
couch. It's you know,
Those-
you're
those whole-
squatting.
Those deals are fun, but like, yeah, like like my
I got that
mattress
from
is one of
Amazon
those.
though.
My mattress is one of those where like you take it out of the box and then just boom, memory foam inflates, but then like what if you have to take it back?
Well, that's
Good
it. Yeah,
fucking
that's
luck.
no. Oh god,
Good
that would
fucking
suck.
luck.
And these, you can't really see the beanbag chairs. But they're huge. It's like they're big ass pillows, and so I had to take it. It comes with a cover. Stuff this thing into the pillow cover. You should have seen me doing this by myself. Okay, I'm like, and just stuffing it and like trying to make it into this big pillow. But that also was just foam, and to take it apart, it's like a nightmare.
My
It's
boss
in
had
this
us sit back one of those
case.
purple mattresses. Hey, my boss had no less than 6 guys that were getting paid pretty good
jelly.
money, smashing his mattress down to send it back. Isn't it funny how that works? Y'all guys, y'all quit goofing off. Y'all getting paid to work. Now get back there and put my mattress back in that box. And hey, and we put a piece of plywood on top of it, and then ran over it with the forklift. Okay, and it smashed it down, and then like 5 of us start rolling it up like a joint, man. And we got it back in the box. We got that purple
amazing.
mattress back in the box.
Oh my god!
Yes.
I can't imagine trying to
And then the
return
box
these
goes-
things.
Oh, it was bad.
I'm so glad they worked out. I mean, they're really actually these little beanbag chairs. I mean, my old ass can't sit in those because I can sit in them. They're really comfy. You could even sleep on them. But trying to get back up from it is a bit challenging for me.
I was thinking that. I used to love those when I was younger, but now, yeah.
My knees say, "You think you're gonna do that, don't you?"
So you just got roll around on the floor like this, Just roll out
The
on
first
it.
time pole vault. I'm so glad nobody was here to see this because I was laughing my butt off. I got stuck. I
got stuck on my own couch earlier today, so it's no biggie. Sunshine was just laughing her ass off. My dog is...
I was laughing at me. I was like, okay, I just live here now. And
My
I'm
dog is tearing
on
my
my
couch
belly and on this beanbag chair, right? And I'm on my belly. I'm like, okay, well, I just live here
You
now.
look like a
Help.
half unrolled hedgehog.
My dog
That's
ate my
exactly how I
couch,
felt.
I'm really having a problem as she gets older. My dog is like, they live to be about 10, 12 years old. She's like 12 years old. And she's doing stuff like, I'll be like, hey, Maggie, can you get off the couch? And she'll be like, ugh.
Oh,
And if this dog goes at you,
Went right
and
past.
you can tell she's kind of blind, and plus
Yeah.
she's just they're doing. She
Poor
tore up the
baby.
couch for no reason.
Yeah, she's just pissed.
and she's
Bobo.
doing really bad stuff, and I'm like,
And you know
okay.
they go senile too. They don't sometimes know.
Oh,
what the
she
hell
is
they're
as senile
doing.
as they can be,
And
you
she's
know?
blind, and there's things going on. So she might
Oh,
have
there's
thought
way
that
bad
couch
stuff
was
going on.
another damn dog. You know that? That's
Well-
probably what she thought.
Well,
Ugh,
the thing
do
is
that.
everybody's like, you know, have you thought about going and having her put down? And me and Sunshine are like, no.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
No, well, we
Only-
don't.
only-
So
only
Yeah,
if
thanks,
she's
Boomer. I
suffering.
do need. I was thinking the same thing. I need a life alert when I sit in the damn beanbag chair. That is so true. I was so thinking the same
sat in a
thing.
beanbag chair and I can't get up. Help!
Exactly. I've rolled over and I can't get up. Thank you. Oh my god. Yep. Okay, so I just told everybody my embarrassing moment.
Well, Sunshine was laughing at me. I'm like, good God, help me! And the reason why I couldn't get up out of our couch is she ate up the pillow a little bit and made it super soft, so I sink in. And I'm like, okay. Hey,
and you have
hey,
that leather couch too,
yeah,
don't you?
yeah. And I'm just like, oh
it's
God.
such a
This is
bummer.
where
God.
noises, farting noises.
Yeah.
So where I used to live at my brother's, he put it's a double level. It's not really a basement, but it is I lived in a basement for a while. So he put his old leather couch in the basement because the dogs had sat on it and they're clawed it. And then they tried to tape it. It was so bad. So I know what you mean by the sinking in. Because that's what happens after a dog tears that up. It's just like you just go. It's awful. I'm so
And it was
sorry.
such a nice couch. It was a
They
Cindy
are.
Crawford. It's a Cindy Crawford model.
Oh, man. And you just
Cindy
got
Crawford
that,
leather
too.
couch.
It wasn't that
Was
old.
that mean it was made out of leather at Cindy Crawford once? Or
Yeah,
something?
it means it comes from
Or
like
it's made
I
out
don't
of Cindy
know.
Crawford. Anyway.
I wish.
Cindy Crawford's
Uh,
flesh couch.
but the thing was, I think it's like one of the Martha Stewart things or something. Like that line of furniture that comes from like Macy's or something is called the Cindy Crawford line or something bullshitty like that.
Well, look
Oh,
on the bright
I mean-
side. At least the dog. At least it was the dog that ruined your couch and not JD Vance.
Yeah, there you go. The thing is, it's just like
Gosh.
I can't even get on to her anymore because she would have no idea what I was getting on to her for.
No, right, exactly. That's another thing. And even
But like Chunk
you
came in
don't-
here today. Check this out. Have you ever had something happen? And I bet you have, Justine, because you like to smoke every now and then. All right. But I was sitting here watching Valerie. Yes, sitting here watching Valerie this morning, and I was eating spaghetti, and
We were
Chunk
just
came
talking
in.
about this.
And Chunk came in and licked me on my leg, right?
I was like,
This is his way of
I'm
saying I
trying
want
to-
some. It's his way of saying I want some spaghetti. I'm being nice to you, right?
Oh.
And I'm so stoned that I don't know it, right? And so he's licking me and licking me and licking me. I'm just like, oh my God, what the fuck is God? What is that on my leg? And I look down and the son bitch has almost licked a hole through my leg. Like, can I have some spaghetti, man? I'm just like, ah! Why are you doing this to me, Chunk?
Chunky.
Yeah, he's eating me.
And he's probably slurping too, and you're just like, whatever.
No, as a dry like tiger, I'm ripping flesh off your fucking bones. And it's just him being nice, trying to say, "Hey Povo, hey Povo, hey Povo, I'm down here. Hey Povo, that looks like some good spaghetti, man. Hey Povo, you gonna eat all that spaghetti, dude?" And I'm just up here like, what the fuck is that on my leg? Oh my God.
It's funny when a dog is doing that. They're like, and then they pause for a second. They're just like,
Right. It's like,
It's like one of the moments when you look down and back when I used to smoke and a cigarette burnt through my fingers and I didn't know it. And I was like, oh my God.
shit.
Yeah.
that is,
See?
Why are
makes
the
me
tips
glad
of
I
my
don't
fingers
smoke.
getting hot? Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm on fire.
Ever, it reminds me of the guy that Martin Short used to play, that he was really nervous and he had this cigarette and the ash would burn all the way down. He'd be sweating and talking. Remember that guy?
I've been that
I don't know
guy.
if he actually...
I have been that
But
guy.
that ash was so long and it never like fell. You know? It was just sitting there. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I think they did it with a wire. Anyway, I don't know. So, yeah, I just thought that was ironic that people use the trackers and everything, and then it ends up actually screwing them up worse than helping them. So it's like, well, not buying a Fitbit, that won't work.
Yeah, because like you say, for some people it might be useful, but like, yeah, I can imagine that some people just end up obsessing about it, like you say.
Yeah, you let the data run you instead of you running the data.
Yeah.
You know, you get obsessed, data obsessed.
You have data issues.
Have you have you guys had sleeping problems so bad that you've like, because I've mentioned before how I used to see shadows of trees on the way to work and think that there were people stood under the trees. So have you guys had anything, any like sleep demon kind of stuff or sleep paralysis or anything like that?
I haven't had that.
Hallucinations.
I've had really bad, messed up dreams where I have woken up sleep screaming. That's fun. But my husband used to have that kind of stuff happen because he would say sleep is evil, right? He would there was really nothing he could take for his condition that would help the pain. I mean, he tried to give him stuff, but there was nothing really that would help. So largely he was keeping himself, it was all mental. So he would be able to stay up and kind of brace himself mentally and just like get to a level where he could be okay and still interact and live a life, right? But as soon as he let himself relax and then go to sleep, and he would just pass out literally after. He'd stay up for 2 days and then pass out. And after that, close to that 2 day mark, he'd be, you know, seeing shadows and stuff for sure. You know, and it was just, and he knew it too. He knew what was happening, but he knew as soon as he went to sleep, when he woke up, he'd feel like dog shit, you know, and he just didn't want to feel like dog shit. Because then it took him that long to work back up to where he was before. You know, it was just this constant battle. Of
So it sounds like that, he was trying to be constantly distracting himself in his own mind away from the pain kind of thing. Yeah.
That's exactly it. Yes. Because virtually at the end, I mean, he was on an experimental drug, but virtually at the end, he was on drugs. There was no pain drug that would help that. There's really nothing. And gabapentin will kill you. Doesn't help.
I've seen studies where people have got like chronic long-term pain, and they give them just like a simple handheld game of like directing penguins around and things like that, and it's like the right kind of games distract you so that the pain is reduced. But obviously, like it can get to a certain level, I guess, where you just can't like do that anymore. But especially if it's like long term and it's that bad. But yeah.
Well, and that's how marijuana works for pain, right? It's not an analgesic. It's not an opiate, right? Where it's going to numb you. What it does, it's a mild hallucinogen that distracts your brain away from the pain to something maybe more creative or even more analytical, depending on what you're geared toward. It's not something that it doesn't kill your pain. You know what I mean? Like morphine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Morphine, kill the pain. That's a band. Anyway,
Morphine.
why is my cat clawing me? Anyway,
That's some of the
ow!
best highs I've ever had from hospital.
I hate morphine. I hate it.
Giving me things like that.
It makes me want to throw
man.
up. It makes me want to throw up thinking about it. But weed will distract your brain away from that, and for some people, it does not work. you know, I met people.
It
who
doesn't
should
work
not
for me at
smoke
all.
weed. It
Oh yeah,
doesn't
because
work for
with
you at
pain,
all.
pain relief, there's some different
No.
things work best for different
It,
people.
for pain, THC does not work for me at all. At all. But I always try to do it with I'll try. I got a toothache. I'm gonna take some weed, and it does.
I think
It
in
doesn't.
most situations, it's like you're in pain, you're not feeling good, you had a shit day, whatever it is, just smoke, you know. Or
Yeah.
something.
It just
Yeah,
relaxes your brain. That's what that's
that?
doing for you.
What's
This
that?
is a jinx.
They used to. Is it Darvocet that they give you at the dentist? Oh, that makes everything go away.
Oh, nitrous? Nitrous oxide?
No, the Darvocet, the pills they give you after they pull your tooth or something.
Oh, yeah, those aren't bad. Those
Yeah, no, they're not
those
bad.
Didn't work for me for
I just wished I
long,
could
though.
have them for the rest of my life.
We
I
just
went
get,
through messed up
local
stuff in my
anesthetic.
car accident. It's just nasty. I was on a morphine push. They tried everything on me. I had an epidural. I had an epidural for a long, long time until they made me lay like flat on my. They had to get it out of me at a certain point. I couldn't have that forever. And then I went on a morphine push, and that only worked for so long because that went out of my vein under my skin and ew.
Oh, God.
And then I had withdrawals from it. I was on it for so long. That freaked me out. And the Darvocet shots, those shots they gave me, or Demerol shots. It was Demerol shots. Those were great for 2 shots. They
Oh, no,
stopped
no.
working.
No, it was hydrocodone. That was what it was. Those I got from the dentist. I was like, my tooth's still hurting, man. He's like, okay, here's you some more. Went back the next time, and it was like, dude, I don't know what happened, but my tooth is still fucking hurting.
Yeah.
He was like,
no.
hey, dude, you're gonna
addicted
have.
to those.
He's like, you got a
Funny.
problem, man. I'm like, you shut up. Give him
Yup.
to me. Give him to me. And he's like, this is the last time, dude. And
I
I
had
mean,
a friend.
I went back to him. I'm like, I don't know what you did to my mouth, man. But he's like, okay, pole vault, you go home.
Get it.
And yeah,
I
you're
had a-
hooked. You're hooked.
I had
All
a
this
surgery.
It's a program. Yeah, that happened to my friend who was he was a paramedic, and he went and had surgery, and they gave him it wasn't hydrocodones, it was the other ones with the Tylenol with it. It's Tylenol and Oxycontin.
Yeah.
And he said those were really addictive.
Yeah.
And like the third time he went, he's like, "Doc, you need the." Doctor was like, "Nope, you're addicted.
that's
you
all he
are not
told me.
allowed
I'm
them
not
anymore."
Really not
Stop
a fan
calling
of
me.
opiates. I had
Stop.
a hernia surgery several years ago, and I had to, and so like I had, it was worse than the hernia. It was like it's like belly button was like literally sticking out like about like 2 inches. And I had to
Ew.
have that fixed, and they gave me some pills, some pain pills, and it was like a knockoff of some kind of like opiate or whatever, but it was
Jesus.
still it was still pretty much an opiate, and I was constipated for 2 days.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
the
And
worst.
I ended up having
Ugh.
to call. I ended up having to call 911. I'm like, listen, I just had a surgery. I haven't been to the bathroom in 2 days. I took these pills, and honestly, opium, as great as it might make you feel, when you take those pills, not the feeling that the pain that it doesn't help you with is the constipation.
It's the
Nothing-
worst.
Nothing
Worse than the pain
a
that you
Sonic
be
chili
in.
dog won't help you out with. Sonic
No, what
chili
they gave me
dog.
was what they gave me
freaking
was at
fix
the
that.
hospital. They gave me a laxative that was like that worked really well.
Yeah.
And I
I
was
was like,
I
and
was
then
ready
try to
walk
get up
home.
to go to the bathroom after they give you said laxative, and you are having problems moving, and
Oh,
the
man,
nurse
I
ain't
forgot.
coming quick enough.
Oh,
As soon as it started
spent-
working, I was good as gold though. Afterwards, like
Kill me. This cat wants to launch herself onto my desk.
It was crazy
Stop it.
because everybody in my life was telling me when I was
Mama.
taking the hydrocodone, my kids, and everybody was like, "It's a new dad. We love you so much." and my boss was like, "Oh my God, you're a new person. What is going on?" It was basically because they would be like, "Hey, there's something that's gonna fuck you over, and you're just gonna have to deal with it." And on the hydrocodone, I'd be like, "Okay, that's okay."
That
Right.
sounded pretty
Yeah.
fucking
My
fucking
brother
good.
had to
bad.
take it.
Hey, what
For,
are you
it
gonna
was a
do?
hernia. It was a hernia. He had to take the same thing. And he said, "Yep, I understand why people get addicted to that."
Yeah.
It was like every pain he ever was gone. I've never taken
Right,
that.
exactly.
I don't want it. But
I'm in a
every
lot of pain.
you've ever had
Yeah.
is gone. Yeah.
I think all of us are in a lot of pain. I'm not sure, but I'm in a lot of pain all the time. Like, be it my tooth, my ear, my eye, being old,
existence.
broken bones from a long time ago,
I got
my
two bad
ankle,
knees,
this.
and I got 5
Yeah.
pins in my back and 3 going into my spine. So yeah.
And
My
all that just goes
entire-
away all at once. And you're just
My
like,
entire existence hurts.
yeah. But all of a
My
sudden,
soul
it doesn't.
hurts.
You're like, oh.
Sorry. Okay, well, it is 10:16 now, folks. This was a fun conversation. Let's see. We went from sleep to aliens, back to AI, back to sleep. I thought that was pretty good. We came
And
down
then you
to
brought
full
up that
circle and then
rhythm
went
thing.
pew.
You went out there.
Yeah. Oh, we had all kinds of good stuff.
The,
This
the
was a good
sexy
one.
rhythm thing.
Yeah, the sexy rhythm thing. God. With some kind of like cicadas or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Sexy cicada rhythm.
circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm.
Yeah.
That's why they make all that noise.
That's the circadian.
They've all been
rhythm.
sexy cicadas in the tree.
They got the rhythm.
Yeah. Sexy Circadian rhythm in the sea. In the sea? In the tree. Good night, Limey.
But good. On that note, have a wonderful night, everyone. We will see you next
The
week
sea
with another
cicadas in the
interesting
sea being
subject.
sexy.
We will see where that goes. Bye.